こんにちは、皆さん。今日、私たちは日本語を勉強しています。質問があれば、私に聞いてください。Greetings, everyone. Today we're studying Japanese. If you have any questions, then feel free to stop and ask me at any time. We'll continue with Immersion with Card Captor Sakura.
クローの作りしカードに我が鍵に力を貸せ。カードの宿りし魔力をこの鍵に移し我に力を。ボーティー水よ、今しめの鎖となれ。
I'll write the opposite subtitle. Okay.
今しめ水よ、今しめの鎖となれ。
See.
水よ、水よ。
Why does it sound like she's saying some word other than water? That's the kanji for water.
水よ、今しめの鎖となれ。水
Mizu. But it does not sound like she's saying Mizu-yo.
水よ、
Interesting. Anyway, so Mizu-yo, okay. Imashime, caution. Let's see. Prohibition, ban, commandment, punishment, caution, guard, warning, lesson. Yeah, this is a perfect example of why words do not translate one-to-one between a Asian-based language and a English-based and a European-based language, I should say. Yeah. So this is considered a noun. Imajime no kusari. So kusari, chain. I think the prohibition mean it's probably being used. I know in the English series, she would say things like create a binding chain. So it's probably has a restricting meaning here is what's trying to be implied. A restricting chain, essentially. Oh, I see. I was looking at the wrong kanji. Yeah. No, this is the kanji they're using for it. Yeah. Bonds, binding. Anyway, that's what this is supposed to mean. Imajime, or basically a binding chain, essentially. So, Mizuyo, Imajime no Usari to Nare. Basically, Nare comes from Naru, which means basically becomes it, but Naru does it in an intransitive way, so it doesn't say how who's doing it, it just says become it. And this is in the command form, Nare. So it's like, oh, so, and let's see, the toe particle, why is that? I know with me, it generally means going towards that Mizu. So why is the toe particle used? That's a good question. Why is toe used instead of ni? But let's see, the toe particle is used because it marks the resultant state or identity resulting from the verb let's see, to naru, to become. To with naru indicates a change in identity or classification. Example, becoming a chain. It answers the question, what did it become? Ni indicates a change in state, condition, or quality. Becoming dark, become cold, become rich. So state, condition, or quality. So I guess like forms changes are used with toe. If when you're physically moving around, I guess the shape you change would be a toe change, while if you become older, that would be a knee change, I guess. Let's see. Imashime no kusari means chain of warning or restraint. So chain of restraint or chain of warning. Mizuyo imashime no kusari to nare. Let's see. Mizuyo imashime no kusari to nare. Kusari. Yes, that's a noun as well. Is kusaru a word, I wonder? Kusaru. Kusaru. With a different kanji it is. No, it can't be because there's no kanji yet after this, which means it's all part of the kanji. Okay. Imashime. Oh yeah, and the kanji. Oh yeah, this is a standalone kanji. Okay. Reinu no. I think that's a word for shouting, if I remember correctly. Sakebu. Sakabebi. Sakabi goe. So it's probably from sakebu. Sakebu. To shout, to cry out. So Rain's shouting voice. Okay. And this is intransitive. Yosha Moruta. Let's see. Yeah, Yosh is like yay, hooray kind of word. Let's Moruta. Where does... Let's see. The etymology of Yosh is considered incomplete or missing in standard linguistic records, though it is presumed to come from the Japanese word Yoshi, meaning good or all right. Morota could be Moroi. No, I doubt that. It's probably some Kansai Ben thing. Explain the grammar of... This is the past tense verb of morau, to receive, or to get. In Kansai dialect, the past tense verbs ending in "u" are often changed to "ota" instead of the standard "ata." For example, kata becomes kota, and morata becomes morota. Interesting, okay. So for the double consonant followed by past tense things like and tas, it changes from the suta to ota. Okay, so it basically translates to yes, I got it. So morata is basically to receive, or in other words, received it or got it, essentially. Interesting. I didn't know you could say use it like I got it. Marata, to receive, to take, to accept, to get someone to do something, to have in one's pocket, a fighter match, to contract a disease, to catch, to be affected. Not Nanji no aru. Let's see. Nanji no aru beki subete ni morare. Oh, modore, that's what it was. Yeah, okay. Nanji, as you know, let's say an archaic U, then Arubeki. Aru comes from like the Aru to exist, and then that's a phrase, but to see what the phrase, and then Modore is just Modoru to return, but it's in command form. To see what this phrase means, you have to break it apart. Becky should, must, ought to. And Sugata, figure, form, shape. Arubeki. Oh, but together that makes a pre-noun adjectival. Okay. And Becky by itself was a auxiliary. Usually written using kana alone after the dictionary form of a word. What type of word is Becky? The auxiliary verb Becky being the attributive form of Beshi. Beshi. Must, should, ought to. Okay. Let's see. Is a structure in Japanese that is often paired with verbs to express that something ought to be done. It implies some sort of moral obligation, or that A is the only reasonable course of action. This comes from the kanji, Becky, which carries the meaning of something being permissible, indicating that any other action would not be acceptable. Becky, when paired with the plain non-past form of verb before being followed by either dot or noun, okay? Becky. So this case, it's being used that way. So let's see. You koto wa honnin ni iu beki da. You ought to say things like that to the person themselves. So that you, that type of said thing, or you koto, that type of said thing. Honnin, the person himself, and then you, to say. So say that type of thing to the person himself, and then Becky saying that this is an ought to type of expression. You ought to do it. Let's see. Okyaku-san. Okyaku-san no. See, Okyaku-san no iken wa chanto kiku beki da. You ought to properly listen to the customer's opinion. Okyaku-san no iken wa chanto kiku beki da. Hamasaki-san wa Sonkei suru beki hito da. Hamasaki-san is someone you ought to look up to. So exist should would be the ideal, but Becky by itself is just should ought to, and Sugata is just form figure. Nanji no aru beki Sugata ni modore, return to your true self. Modore.
よっしゃモロタ、汝のあるべき姿に戻れ。クローカ
Imei, shriek, scream, comes from the kanji of grieve, sad, deplore, regret, and chirp, cry, bark, sound, ring. Okay. Let's look at words used in these kanjis. Himei. Oh, really? This dictionary doesn't have any other word. Oh, I see, I have to do that. Kanashi, sad, miserable, unhappy, sorrowful, sad, lamentable. I knew I saw that kanji from somewhere. And this one gets used in word like naku, to make sound of an animal, to call, to whine, to sing, to chirp, to sound, to ring, resound. That looks like the same kanji. Then narasu, to ring, to resound. Naru, narasu. So so to resound with sadness, aka to shriek or scream. Mogaku goe. Mogaku, to struggle, to wither, to wig, or to squirm. So struggling sound essentially. Mogaku. This should be goe, not koe, because of the 10-10 rules. Okay, so it's Mogaku Goe. Okay.
Yoっしゃモルター、汝のあるべき姿に戻れ。クローカーやりましたわね。
Yarimashita one, that comes from yaru, but it's in its polite form yarimasu, but this is also in the past tense form yarimashita. So, in other words, yaru means to do, but it implies great effort when you use yaru instead of suru. So, in other words, this translates to you did it.
やりましたわね。あとは家を壊そうとしている張本人だけね。ちょっと待った。やりましたわね。あと
Ato wa ie o something soto shiteiru.
は家を壊そうとしている張本人だけね。そうとしている張本やりましたわね。あとは
You know, Ottawa is like after this, but let's see the rest. Because Otto basically means after. So as for after, let's see, Ieo Koaso. To break, to destroy, to demolish, to wreck, to ruin, to spoil. Ottawa Ieo Koaso. So, okay, so this is in the suggestive tense. To, so, toshiteiru. Let's see. So, after this, okay, with breaking the house, doing, and then chohonin, originator, ringleader, perpetrator, main culprit, person responsible. Dake. Ne, okay. So after this, the doing the breaking the house, and then we're putting all that phrase into the word like ringleader or originator. So in other words, so after this, just the breaking the house ringleader? That doesn't make sense. Let's see what a translator says. All that's left is the person who's trying to tear down the house. Or the card, essentially. Okay, so Atawa, so Atawa, Ie o Koaso, Koaso to shiteiru. Oh, I see. So after this, just the person trying to break down the house. The main perpetrator is, we just have the main perpetrator trying to tear down the house. So ato wa ie o koaso. And notice she says koaso. I think it's because it's a suggestive temp implying that there's like the person's trying to accomplish this, trying to put it in place, I think. And notice, so she's doing the trying. Notice that it's shiteiru, so you're doing, but what are you doing? You're not doing the actual action. You're doing the trying to do of the action. Hence why they use the evolutionary form instead of a more active form. So, chohonin, counter for bowstrings. Okay, book and then person. Stretch strings, book, person. And that somehow makes originator. Interesting. Chohonin. Koaso from koasu. So, あとは家を壊そうとしている張本人だけね。張本人、OK。壊そう。
やりましたわね。あとは家を壊そうとしている張本人だけね。撃った！ちょっと待った！本人だけね。
Udo, or Wood, basically calling out Wood's name, and then Choto Mata. Interesting. He used past tense. Why did he use past tense? Choto Mata and not Choto Mate. Explain the grammar of. It's grammatically irregular imperative, meaning wait a minute or hold on, where the ta form functions as a command, rather indicating past tense. Verb origin. It derives from matsu, to wait. The ta form typically time marks the past tense verb. Mata is weighted. However, in this specific case, ta is used as a jusive or imperative marker. This usage is a fossilized remnant of older Japanese grammar where the adnominal form of the auxiliary verb taru evolved into ta and merged with the terminative form to express commands or strong suggestions. Yeah, I think tari generally gets used if you want to like list a bunch of actions together and not associating one with the other. Like usually when you use the tab form chaining, it's the verbs are associated. But if you wanted to not associate with them, you can use tari to chain verbs. And haru, to be sufficient, to be enough, to be worth doing, to do the job. Okay. This usage is a fossilized remnant of older Japanese grammar where the abnominal form of the auxiliary verb, abnominal form What? What is the adnominal form? A word or phrase qualifying a noun, such as adjectives or relative clause. The usage is a fossilized primitive Old Japanese where the abnominal form of the auxiliary verb tari, taru evolved to ta and merged with the terminative form. Terminative form. What is terminative form? Of relating to the termination of something. The terminative form in grammar refers to the case or construction that indicates a limit in space, time, expressing the endpoint of a goal or action. It is used in languages like refers to case or construction that indicates a limit in space or time, expressing the endpoint or goal of an action. It's used in languages like Estonian, Hungarian, aka as far as the house, Estonian to the river. Okay, it can denote duration for 6 hours or boundary up to 10. In some contexts, it overlaps with accusative functions, especially in older languages like Sumerian. The term can also describe verbs that have natural endpoint, terminative verbs, as opposed to ongoing non-terminative actions. Merged with the terminative form. So this uses fossilized primitive Old Japanese grammar where abnominal form, the auxiliary verb tari evolved into ta and merged with the terminative form to express commands or strong suggestions. While the standard polite request is chotomate, using the te form, chotomata carries a stronger, rougher, and more urgent tone. It is often described as a light command or exclamation to halt an action immediately. Okay, tone. It is informal and can sound curt, dramatic, or old-fashioned. In modern casual conversations, it is less common than mate, though it remains widely understood. It is used more frequently by male speakers and appears often in fictional historical dramas, jidaigeki, or intense situations where a quick, forceful stop is needed. So chotomate, standard polite request, chotomata, forceful command, wait, hold it. Is there any questions so far before we continue this?
ちょっと待った。やりましたわね。あとは家を壊そうとしている張本人だけね。撃った。ちょっと待った。言うた通りやろ。優しいカードやって。
Try that again. The subtitles seem off.
言うた通りやろ。言うた通りやろ。優しいカードやって。言うた。
言うた通りやる優しいカードやって。Oh, konnichiwa. Let's see. Say konnichiwa, Galactic Best Baller. Let's see. Hey, okay. Where are you from? Watashi wa America desu. Watashi wa America kara desu. Or in other words, I'm from America. United States, to be exact. Let's see. Utah. Utah. Oh yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Let's see. Utah Tori Yoda. Let's see. Tori street path traffic. Flow transmission. So it's like stated path do or and then yasashi kado yatte to do a kind card or basically. Let's see what a translator says to that. Just like I said, it's a nice card. Okay, so. Oh, konnichiwa, Danny Smeagol. Genki desu ka? Again, how long have you been learning Japanese? Real lifetimes, it's probably been around 3 years. So I think in that 3 years, I've only really had 2 years I could actively study with so many interruptions. Let's see. So desu ka? Yoku gambarimasu ne. Or in other words, is that so? Do your best. Let's see. I've actually never used Yoku with gambarimasu before. Doing a great job. Okay. Let's see. Oh, really? You're doing a great job. Nice. Yeah, Yoku nicely. Okay, so explaining. Explain the grammar of this phrase. Did you mistype something, Danny? Let's see. It's colloquial Kansai Ben, not standard Tokyo Japanese. It translates to "it's just as I said, isn't it?" It's a can card, right? Okay, let's see. Yuta uh to toriyaru. Yuta toriyaru. Okay, so yuta, which is the past tense verb of iru, to say. In standard Japanese, it's imashita or ita. In Kansai dialect, the past tense verbs in it and you often shift to ta or eta. But specifically, you becomes iuta. Let's see, or something like ita in casual speech. There's the past, okay, tense of iu and Kansai ben, because they're saying two different things. Oh, this. No wonder it sounded like Kerobero's son was saying Yuta. I've heard of EU said as you before, but I wonder if that's a Kansai Ben thing. Is EU said as you a Kansai Ben thing? No, pronouncing EU as U is not exclusively a Kansai-ben trait, although it is heavily associated with Western Japan dialects. It is natural unconjugated speech. Even in Tokyo Standard Japanese, EU often sounds like U due to phonetic slurring through the official prescribed pronunciation of EU. In Kansai dialect, EU is consistently pronounced as U, and this extends to conjugated forms like ute and yuta. Let's see. Is it yuta or yuta with the double T? Let's see. Yuta is a dialectal form primarily associated with concept, and yuta is not standard or dialect form, and is generally considered incorrect. Let's see. Is it yuta? No, yuta. Okay, so it's correct with the single T in it. Yoku actually has two meanings. It doesn't just mean often. It can also mean nicely or properly. So if you want to say someone's doing something nicely, you can use yoku as well as. So the person listening to you pretty much has to figure out from context whether you mean yoku as in often or yoku as in nicely. Okay. So continuing this statement, yuta, okay, then tori means as, or just like, or according to. Really, I've never heard of tori used like that before. Okay, let's see. Understanding, comprehension, clarity, the same. Street road after thoroughfare. Repetition. Oh, definition 6, I guess. Understanding, comprehension. Said understanding. Maybe. Let's see. Yeah, this is Kansai dialect copula, equivalent to standard dialect dash, and then the rho is a sentence ending particle used in Kansai dialect for confirmation, similar to ne or no. It seeks agreement or confirmation from the listener. Standard Japanese would be itatori desho or itatori. It's the same thing. Okay. So ro is like Kansai-ben dialect of ne, and then ya is just the Kansai version of da. Okay. But I've never heard of that. So tori can mean according to or just like. Explain more about Tori's use. Dictionary form plus Tori indicates an ongoing general action. Okay, the grammar point of Tori means as or just like, according to, or exactly as, is used to show that something matches a previous statement, expectation, or instruction. I wonder... So what Boon Pro has to say about Tori. Often the noun Tori carries the meaning of in that way, or just like that. In the kanji form, Tori will be written as Tori, and literally means street or way. However, it is regularly used to indicate the level of sameness one thing has with another. This sameness meaning appears when Tori is used as a suffix. So, Tori may be used with verbs or nouns. In the case of verbs, it is common to see it being used after both plain form and simple past form. So, お客様のおっしゃる通りです. Honored guests, the thing that you say is precisely correct, or aka that is exactly right. So, 彼は僕の思った彼は僕の思ったOkay, so 彼は僕の思った通りの時間に帰ってきた just as I expected. He came back when I thought he would come back. Both Dory and no Tori may be used directly after nouns. However, Tori will only be used when the case marking particle no becomes between the noun and Tori. See, 計画通りに進めていきます. We will continue as the plan suggests. See, ご覧の通り、私の手に何もありません. As you can see, I have nothing in my hands. While both of these structures may be used interchangeably, Dory is more common, especially in speech. Fun fact, constructions like itatori and sonotori are used very frequently simply as a polite way to agree with what has been said by another. In these cases, it translates simply to that's exactly right or that's it. Let's see. Rika no itatori data asoko no pan yasan hasu goku oishikatta. It's exactly as you said, Rika. The bakery over there was very delicious. Okay, and this is that use we find here essentially the eat the tori, meaning talking about the said thing. And then 本当にその通りです。なんでいつも私たちがやらないといけないんですか? That's honestly exactly it. Why do we have to do it all the time? What are you saying about video? Danny, what are you saying about the video? So, 言った通りやる. So, to be said thing. So, 言った通りやろ. And then, 優しいカードやって.
言うた通りやろ、優しいカードやって。やっぱり木と雨って仲良しなんだね。言うた通りやろ、優しいカードやって。
See, やっぱり or I knew it. Something to 雨って something しなんだね。
やっぱり木と雨って仲良しなんだね。あれ見てみ。優しいカードやって。やっぱり木と。
Oh, here's the kanji for what makes yapari. I don't think I've ever seen that before. It comes from haru to stick, to paste, to affix, to stretch, to spread, to form. And then this kanji right here. Arrow. Oh, that's right. That little story they made for remembering yapari, where like you stretch a bowstring and then with an arrow and hit your target, and aka you major mark, or it's just as expected, you hit dead center on a topic. So yapari, key, tree, shrub, bush. Interesting kanji choice for key. Yapari key. Yapari, let's see. Kito amet. Let's see, amet te. This is probably the quoting particle. Or not particle, but quoting phrase that's been shortened. Nakayoshi. Close friendship. Close friend, good friend. So this is Naka as an N, and then this is, I believe, Yoi? Yes, that's the Yoi kanji, but it looks like it has that archaic she ending on it instead. Yeah, good, excellent, fine, nice, pleasant, Yoshi. So, ito ame. So I'm guessing that's a reduction for toyu in this case. So, ki to ame toyu uh, nakayoshi. So to say good wood and or and oh to say tree and rain are good friends. So to be saying tree and wood are good friends, I guess, something like that. See, so it turns out that tree and rain, that's really are good friends, huh? Let's see. And this phrase, which shortening does the quoting te use? Let's see. In this sentence, the te is a casual contraction of the topic marker towa. It is not a quotation here. It does not mean said or called. Instead, it serves as to mark the topic of the sentence. So in the sentence, let's see, ki to ame te nakayoshi nandane. The shute is casual topic marker for towa. It highlights the ki to ame, ki and ame as the topic of the sentence, meaning as for ki and ame, speaking of ki and ame, okay, the sentence translates to I knew it, ki and ame, or close friends. Okay, the use of sute here is very common in spoken Japanese to introduce a comment on a subject. It's not a quotation. It is another way to write the sentence without the sute. here wa replaces the sute as the standard topic marker. The meaning remains the same. See, canned Toyu also replace it. I remember something about, yeah, Toyu sort of has the same meaning as the topic marking particle wa. Yeah. Yes, Toyu can replace te in the sentence. The sentence yappari ki to amete naka yoshinanda can be written as yappari ki to ame to iu no wa naka yoshinanda ne. Here toyu no wa, the quotation particle iu means to say in no as a normalizer, functions as a formal equivalent to the casual topic marker sute. Okay, so I was trying to Galactic Best Baller. I was trying to figure out the which grammatical te that was, as there's uh several of them. So, yappari hito amete naka yoshu nanda ne.
言うた通りやろ、優しいカードやって。やっぱりきっと雨って仲良しなんだね。あれ見てみ。いいカードやって。やっぱりきっと雨って仲良しなんだね。
あれ見てみ. Interesting. So it's an as for that something over there, look. But what's the me there for? Mite me. Explain the grammar of see, me is a dialectal or casual contraction of, let's see, mina sai or mina. Check that out. Mite me. Let's see, which is imperative form meaning please do. So me is a contraction of minasai. Minasai. Mina. I don't think it's that Mina. Minami South. Minasan. Let's see. Miru. Let's see. Explain Minasai. See, Minasai is the polite imperative suffix in Japanese that attaches to the stem of a verb to form a strong command or request. It is, let's see, it is derived from the honorific, nasado meaning to do, okay. So verb stem plus minasai. Please look at that. Try seeing it. Oh, this is from the Midu as into please try Midu, not to the look Midu. So Mite Midu would be try to look. But let's see. Let's see, Mite. Take a look. Yeah, Midu, here you go. See, in order to express that you or someone else should try something, the conjunction particle te would be paired with Midu without always, okay, almost always without kanji. While this is translated as to try to, the actual meaning is closer to do A and see whether the result is good or not. See, this grammar construction is usually only used when someone tries something for the first time. Honto ni oishii no kondo ta bete miru yo. It's really delicious. Next time I'll try it. Let's see, kore non de miru. Do you want to try to drink water? Oh, do you want to try this drink? Okay, yeah. So, as mentioned above, this phrase is also used when suggesting that someone else should try something. In these situations, temite, or more formally, 手見てください will be used. Let's see. 騙されてと思って食べてみてよ. Try and eat. Okay, try and eat it as if I tricked you into eating it. Believe it or not, this tastes good. What? Okay, interesting. もう一度電源を切ってみてください. Please try to turn it off one more time. Oh, Dengen. Okay. Sometimes it's very casual request. Even the te and mite would be dropped. So temi will be used. This usually has a nuance of, come on, just give it a go. Let's see. Kono boru nagete mi. Okay, nagete mi. Try and throw this ball. Caution. When te mita appears in the past tense, it will imply that the attempt was successful unless specifically stated otherwise by the speaker. Ano atarashi atarashi shopping mall ni ite mita yo. Sugoi yokata. I tried going to the new shopping mall. It was so good. Let's see. Takeru ni moratta kutsu o haite mita kedo. See, ore no ashi ga dekasugiru kara hairana ka. I tried to wear the shoes that Takeru gave me, but my feet were too big, so they didn't fit. Fun fact, while the kanji for miru may be used in this grammar point, it will result in the C meaning being heavily stressed rather than try. This may cause a misunderstanding on the part of the person listening or reading. Oh, I didn't know that. You can actually use the miru kanji for the this when you write it as to try. Though meaning being heavily stressed rather than tried, okay? So in all these examples, let's see, that use miru. Okay, so you can use mite in the try. Oh yeah, that would be just considered command form. Let's see, do you want to try the drink? When they use miru and then mite, believe it or not, this tastes good. Okay, so this is probably sort of like the mite use is only Keroberu Such kun is being politer and saying mina sai instead, which you take off the ru part of miru and just add nasai, which is the imperative form of nasaru or to do. Are mite mi.
言うた通りやろ、優しいカードやって。やっぱり木と雨って仲良しなんだね。あれ見てみ。ああ、虹やで。あれ見てみ。ああ、虹やで。
日夜で I'm guessing that means rainbow. Okay, niji-ya-de. So rainbow, so niji. Yeah, de is just the concept in replacement of yo, and then the ya is concept in replacement of ya. So niji-ya-de.
優しいカードやって。やっぱり木と雨って仲良しなんだね。あれ見てみ。ああ、虹やで。あー、綺麗。
Kirei. Ma is just is an interjection.
あれ見てみ。ああ、虹やで。
And kirei is beautiful. Like, oh my, basically, I guess would be a good way. It's like, oh my, beautiful. So, ma kirei.
あー、綺麗。さくらっと。ここ。さくら。
Okay, this is another see, I know this has a meaning to something. I'm just trying to remember it. Sakura to yeah, it has to do with the fact she's writing, I believe. Kokomade yatte hajimete.
で初めてか。あー、綺麗。さ
See, explain the full sentence meaning of Sakura to when someone is writing their name. The small su at the end of Sakura indicates a glottal stop or a sharp abrupt pause rather than a literal change in meaning. In the context of writing one's name, this stylistic choice is typically used in jocular situations, online chatting, or comic book wording to convey that the speaker is strongly affected by the name, often implying cuteness, emphasis, or playful tone. Okay, that's not this one. It's the emotional emphasis. Oh, that's just a small su. Okay. No, okay. Okay, when small su in the end, it suggests the speaker feels a strong, perhaps overwhelming reaction to the name. Okay, tone. It is informal and playful, not suitable for formal introductions. Let's see, pronunciation. It requires a brief pause or glottal stop after using the ru sound before the sentence ends, mimicking a sharp intake of breath or sudden stop. But that's not what this is. What is the full sentence for the context is someone writing their name. Let's see, is not a complete grammatical sentence, but rather a stylistic representation of writing or spelling out the name Sakura. It is derived from the sentence ending particle to, which is often used to express casual or playful writing to indicate spelling or listening. The speaker is listening or spelling out characters often with a cute or emphatic tone. The small su adds a sense of emphasis, cuteness, or slight pause, common in manga, anime, and informal messages. Breakdown. Okay. Colloquial suteto. Okay. A colloquial sentence ending particle used here to mimic the act of writing or saying that the name character by character, or adding a soft emphatic finish to the statement of the name. Sakura to spelling it out as Sakura. Okay. Let's see. Is OU related to this? I remember something about toe and names. Let's see. Toei is a grammatical structure being called or named used for definitions. Sakura Toei Hana, a flower called Sakura. Okay. The suto, especially with the small su, is a sentence ending particle. In this context of writing a name, it mimics the act of spelling it out, or adds a playful, emphatic, or a cute nuance. Similar to saying, there I wrote Sakura. It's derived from the quotative to, but used more for sound and style than strict grammar.
ここまでやって初めてカードを自分のもんにしたことになるんやで。は、さくらっと。ここまでやって初めてカードを自分のもんにしたことになるんやで。虹やで。さくらっと。ここまでやって初めて。
ここまでやって初めて so you're doing good up to here. It's just begun. Let's see. It's only going this far.
で、はーい、身をもって知りました。お名前はちょっと寝かせて。あれ見てみ。で、あー、きれい。さくらっと。ここまでやって初め。
Oh, that's got desync.
雪と雨って仲良しなんだね。あれ見てみ。ああ、虹やで。あー、きれい。さくらっと。ここまでやって初めてカードを自分のもんにしたことになるんやで。さくらっと。ここ 出会って初め
待って。始まって、カードを自分のmoan, which is actually mono, but it's often said as moan. So, jibun no moan, self thing. So, let's see. Hajimat. Let's see. Hajimate kado jibun no moan ni shitai. Shita koto ni have done thing not narun yade. Let's see, from yourself to doing things with cards. See, only after going this far can you really call the card your own. So, koko made yatte. Let's see. So, koko made yatte, hajimete. The first time, one's first. Let's see. Koko made yatte, hajimete. Card o jibun no moan. So your own thing, okay. Did own towards the own thing. Okay, I think this Haji. Let's see. First time beginning. Okay. So this Hajimata is not first, it's beginning. So koko made yatte hajimete karo jibun no mono ni shita. So doing the card towards your own thing, and we're talking about that thing, and then becoming that thing. Explain the grammar of it's only now after doing this much that it counts as yours. The grammar breaks down to the four main components. Koko made yate. This combines with the adverb koko made, or up to here, to this extent, with the te form of yaru, to do. Te form here connects the actions of doing everything up to this point to the main clause, implying a sequence or condition. After doing all this, or having done this much, and let's see. Hajimete. This adverb means for the first time. In this context, it emphasizes the status change is a result of preceding effort, implying only now or at last. let's see, ni shita koto ni naru. This is a complex grammatical structure combining ni suru, to make, to decide, and koto ni naru, it becomes the case. So ni suru turns the state of the card into a possession of made it mine. In koto ni naru indicates a change in status or decision or formal outcome. So together, A will be ni shita koto ni naru means it counts as or resulted in A becoming B. Wait. It counts as resulted in A becoming B. So koko made yatte hajimete, and then so ni suru, to make, to decide. Yeah, usually ni suru is used to mean something like you made the decision to go and do something. Like for example, kekko. So for example, if you say kekko ni suru, you saying you did the action of getting married, essentially, or you changed the state yourself to become married, essentially. And in Japanese, you can also use kekko ni naru, as if you sort of just shifted into the state of becoming married, and you don't basically highlight anyone's individual actions. So in this case, she shifted into the thing that you did, that you and she shifted into the thing that she did, is what it's basically trying to say with the grammar. And let's see, the thing she did would be becoming own thing. So made something own thing. So take that whole action, put it in the koto, and talking about it like a thing. So jibun no mon ni shita koto. And what do we do with that koto? It became true. It shifted into being true, or it got ni narued. And what do we do this thing of making it its own thing too? We did it to the kado. So it transition. So it you making the card your own thing. It changed to that. It shifted to that. But let's see. This translates it as only after going this far can you really call the card your own. See, only after going this far can you really basically made the card your own. Well, that's right. They use shita here, so it's past tense. So making the card your own would be the inner part of the sentence. And you can now shift to making the card your own. Okay. Which is, yeah, what the English is basically saying, yes. Only after going this far can you really call the card your own.
さくらっとここまでやって初めてカードを自分のもんにしたことになるんやで。はーい、身をもって知りました。自分のもんにしたことになるんやで。は
はい。
ーい、身をもって
はい、身をもって知りました。And so this high is just yes with the dragged E sound to it, high. Though I notice when they tend to say it more like I when it's used after another vowel sound. Let's see, me, one's body, one's person, one's self, one's appearance, one's place in society, one's position. Motte. With, let's see, by means of, because of, on the account of, due to, expression, phrase, clause. Adds emphasis to the preceding word. In addition to being. Adds emphasis to precede. No, this looks like it's adding emphasis to the word after it. In addition to. Yes, I learned it the hard way, or I found out through direct personal experience. Oh, this is just supposed to be the te form of motsu, or to hold. And then shirimashite. So hold and no. Never seen that yet. See, conjugated into teiru, moteiru, and then transformed into the te form to connect to the particle to. Wait, this is the te form of motsu conjugated into te iru form, moteiru, and then transformed into the te form mote to connect to the particle to. Okay, when combined with me, body self, miyomote means with one's own body person through personal experience. It implies that the knowledge wasn't just intellectual but was felt and suffered directly. Shirimashita, the polite past tense of shiru, to know, indicates that the realization or learning has already occurred. It literally translates to, I came to know through my own body or person. Is used when gaining knowledge or understanding not from hearing about it but from experiencing it directly, often implying that the experience was significant, painful, or difficult. So, this is the tab form of motsu conjugated into teiru, so moteiru, and then transformed into the tab form mote to connect to the part. Boon Pro Mote. That sounds like something that would be in Boon Pro. Wait, did I see that right? This is considered an N1 word? N1, the hardest level? Okay, when used with time-related expressions, the wo mote is often translated as of A or effective form A. Okay. The grammar pattern is constructed of the adverbial particles wo and mote by means of wo mote will be used after nouns that indicate a time or event that happened at a specific time. Okay. I just want to learn about the mote by itself, not the wo mote. Let's see. As it's frequently seen in polite or official notifications, wo mote may sometimes be read as wo mochimashite. Alternatively, the small su, called a sokuon, oh, that's what that thing's called. Soku may occasionally be dropped, resulting in wo mote. Although effective form can have a nuance of starting in English, of mote primarily focuses on something ending or what has happened up until the end of a date specified. Due to this it will not be used to indicate that something is starting from a date that has nothing significant happened before. Okay. Fun fact. Okay. Coming from the kanji mote and specifically meaning by means of, mote originally derives its nuance from motsu. Motes. Oh yeah. The kanji used in motsu, basically mote, to hold, to have, and this way may help to remember mote as working in a similar way to having a, or having reached a in English. Mote with by means. Okay. Explain the grammar of see. The tenth form of the verb motsu, to hold, combined with the particle to. The tenth form of the verb motsu, to hold, okay, combined with the particle to. Wo mote is a formal / literary way to say by means of using or its emphasis. What is the full phrase without the mote contraction? The full uncontracted phrase would be just mote. What is the origin of mote? See, the word mote originates from the classical expression mote, which is the te form of motsu, meaning to hold or to use as a means. Over time, mote evolved into modern grammatical particle. Into the modern grammatical particle. It's considered a particle? Okay. It is no longer seen as a verb form, but as a compound particle used to indicate means or method. What? When motsu, to hold, is often cited as the modern equivalent verb, the direct etymology comes from the motsu as this guy, mote. Okay, the shift from motsu to mote and then to mote is a result of phonetic changes in grammaticalization in Japanese language. See, show the particles in words that mote is derived from. Hmm. Over time, okay, mote evolved phonetically into the modern particle mote has been grammaticalized from a verb form into a compound particle used. What is it compounded from? So just by means of it's definitely being used like a verb here. To explain the origin of mote in this phrase. Conjunctive form of motsu as in to hold, to possess, in this or to possess. In this specific idiom, me refers to one's own body or life, and mote indicates the means, instrument, or medium through which the action is performed. Therefore, the literal meaning is I came to know or realize by holding something in my body, which translates automatically to I learned it through direct personal experience. Oh, okay, that's an interesting way to think of it. I realized by holding something in my body. So I held something in my but wait, the wool particle is attached to the body. Hi, miyomote shirimashita. Or basically, yeah, I've learned it through personal experience.
初めてカードを自分のもんにしたことになるんやで。はーい、身をもって知りました。お名前はちょっと寝かせてもらうわ。
花 Y はちょっと let's see. I think this is Neru. Let's see. From Neru, let's see.
で、はーい、身をもって知りました。お名前はちょっと寝かせてもらう。
Neka. So yeah, from Neru.
で、
So
はーい、身をもって知りました。
let's see. Ne nekasete もらうは、so, let's see. Let's see.
はーい、身をもって知りました。お名前はちょっと寝か自分のもんにしたことになるんやで。はーい、身をもって知りました。お名前は
Oh, no, yeah, okay, so. I don't know, well then, okay, so then y, that's the concept in for I. Choto, that's little, then nekasete morau wa. So, morau to receive. Nekaseru to be put to bed. I thought this was like a causative of the sleep words. Let's see. Neku. Yeah, neru to sleep lying down. Okay. There's another word for sleep, or another kanji for sleep and word that go with it. Yeah, nemuru, that's intransitive. To sleep. And neru. To sleep. Intransitive. Nemuru. And what was the difference between Nemuru and Nemuru and Neru? Neru primarily refers to the action of going to bed, lying down, or resting, regardless of whether the person is actually sleepy. It is a neutral term used for routine actions, such as telling a child to go to bed. Okay, Nemuru refers to the state of being asleep. So Neru is the action of going to bed, and Nemuru is the state of being asleep. Okay. Entering an unconscious state or falling asleep, it can describe sleeping while sitting or standing or dozing off during class, and is often used in literary or poetic contexts or to describe dormant objects, e.g., resources lying dormant. Neru and Nakaseru. nakaseru. Nekaseru. Nekaseru. And neru is intransitive verb meaning to sleep, describing the natural act of sleeping performed by a subject. In contrast, nekaseru is a transitive verb meaning to put someone to sleep or to make someone sleep, where the subject causes another person or animal to sleep. Okay, so basically nekaseru is basically the transitive version of neru. So, ちょっと寝かせてもらうわ。So received putting yourself to sleep. I guess I'm going to sleep, saying in the sense that you're putting yourself to sleep. Well, I'm gonna get some sleep. Oh, Honna is a Kansai dialect contraction of dewa or sore dewa. Okay, why? Okay. Wait. Chotto nakaseru. This is the causative form of the verb neru, to sleep. The causative form means to let someone sleep or to make someone sleep. No, but causative would be... Wouldn't that be ne... let's see, neru. What type of verb is neru? Intransit, ichidan, so... Causative would be nasaseru, not nakaseru. Morau, verb means to receive. When combined with the te form nakasete, indicates that the speaker is receiving the favor or action from someone else, basically themselves, though. Combined meaning, let me sleep. Or I'll have someone let me sleep. In this context, it is a humble, polite way of saying, I'm going to take a nap, I'll get some rest. The speaker is framing the action as receiving the opportunity to rest. In other words, allow me to receive going to sleep, being let to sleep. Well, this is sentence ending particle primarily used by women in standard Japanese, but in Kansai dialect, it can also be used by men in more casual, emphatic, or sometimes slightly rough manner. It adds a personal conversational tone to the statement. In some contexts, it can imply a slight sense of resignation or a firm decision. It's like, I'm going to sleep. Nothing about it. Nothing else about it. So, let's see, isn't the positive form of naru ne sa teru and not 寝かせる Let's see. The standard causative form of neru is nesaseru. The form nekaseru is not the grammatical causative of neru. Instead, it is a separate transitive verb that means to put someone to bed, to lay someone down to sleep. Let's see. Nesaseru. This is direct causative neru. It means to make or to let someone sleep. It focuses on the action of causing the state of sleep. Nekaseru. This is transitive verb derived from the intransitive verb neru, following a common pattern in Japanese similar to okiru okosu. It means to put to bed. It focuses on the primary act of laying someone down. Therefore, in the original phrase, the speaker is using ne kaseru in its transitive sense, meaning is I'll have someone put me to bed. So it's I guess it's just causative. I mean, I guess it's just transitive instead of non-transitive. So, hona wai wa chotto nekasete morau wa, or so I'll be putting myself to bed. So as for I'll be putting myself I'll be putting myself to bed or for bed or something like that.
はい、身をもって知りました。ほなわいは
Hona wai wa chotto nekasete morau wa.
ちょっと寝かせてもらうわ。おやすみ。
Good night.
今日はごめんね。いいえ、森林公園でおやすみ。今日はごめん。
今日はごめんね. Gomen or sorry, and kyo as for kyo today, so kyo wa as for today. So in other words, as for today, sorry, or sorry about today. Kyo wa gomen ne.
いいえ、森林公園で撮るより素晴らしい。今日はごめんね。いいえ。
That's iie or no. Shinbin koen de. So a forest park. Something yori.
森林公園で撮るより素晴らしい。いいえ、森林公園で撮るより素晴らしい。いいえ。
Okay, yori is a comparative word. And then, okay, so toru, to take. Oh, and this is the kanji for as in taking a photograph, okay? So this is the take, it's to take a photo. Ie Shinbin koen de toru. So taking a picture at the location of a forest park. And then she's gonna continue with that statement.
ちょっと寝かせてもらうわ。おやすみ。今日はごめんね。いいえ、森林公園で撮るより素 素晴らしいビデオになって嬉しいですわ。
素晴らしいビデオになって。So it became a wonderful video essentially. To see, 嬉しいですわ。素晴らしい. Wonderful and 嬉しい is happy, I believe. See, 素晴らしい, wonderful and 嬉しい, happy, glad, yes. And this follows the Japanese structure of you say a statement, you have it connected with te, and then you say what that statement does to you, essentially. So it becoming a wonderful video, I'm happy.
ちょっと寝かせてもらうわ。おやすみ。今日はごめんね。いいえ。
Oh, that's right, because we had Yordi in the front. So normally you would read it as it became a wonderful video, but because there's a Yordi comparison of what we're talking about, you understand it to mean something more like it became a more wonderful. No, I'm so happy that the video turned out even better than if we had shot it in the forest park. Yeah, Shinbin. Oh, Shinrin. Yeah, Shinrin. Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah, Yordi is used in the sense of what you're yoring. The other topic it, is whatever you described. In this case, being better. So this conversation we already knew it was about shooting the So well, okay, she's talking about shooting the video in the house instead. That's obvious. So she only stated shooting the video in the forest, Yordi. So, and then she stated about it that it became a wonderful video and it made her happy. But since it's Yordi, it's a more wonderful video. So it became a more wonderful video than shooting the video in the public forest or public park, essentially. Like you might see that Yordi structure in uh 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 チョコレート牛乳はuh uh 飲み物より一番です. Or in other words, chocolate milk is better than any other drink. With the wa particle marking what you're referencing to, and then what it's after the yori talking about what it is, in this case, Ichiban best. Konnichiwa, genki desu ka? So, いいえ、森林公園で、鳥より
になるんやで。はーい、身をもって知りました。お名前はちょっと寝かせてもらうわ。おやすみ。今日はごめんね。いいえ、森林公園で撮るより素晴らしいビデオになって嬉しい。
素晴らしいビデオになって嬉しいですわ。
しいですわ。そうさくらーしいですわ。今日はごめんね。いいえ、森林公園で撮るより素晴らしいビデオになって嬉しいですわ。
So, or is that right?
さくらー大変や。
Sakura, 大変や. So, there's a problem. Yeah, 大変 is like basically an emergency. Let's see. Terribly, awfully, enormous, immense, serious, grave, dreadful, terrible, difficult, hard. 大変や. Kore wa let's see. お掃除やり直し redoing. Yes, so O is just the honorific, and then soji is cleaning, the pseudo verb cleaning. And yari naoshi is the pseudo verb redoing. I believe it comes from yaru, to do. Naoshi, correction. So doing a correction is aka redoing, okay? So and it's yari instead of yaru, because that's you generally put a verb in its noun form when connecting to something, to a noun. So yari naoshi. So doing correction, or aka redoing, yari naoshi. Kore wa osoji yari naoshi. What? So as for this, will I have to do this again? Will I have to clean again? Or will I have to clean this again? Oh, and the kanji for soji comes from sweep, brush, and exclude, division, remove, abolish, cancel. So when you remove with a brush, you're cleaning, I guess.
お掃除やり直し。これはお掃除やり直し。私もお手伝いしますわ。
私もお手伝いしますわ。So this is tetsudau, or to aid or to assist, and then but it's in its polite form. Well, it's in its noun form, I should say. So you could assistance. So and then shimas, that's polite for sudos to do. So to do assistant, and then watashi mo, she's using the mo particle because she wants to imply also. So I also will assist. Well, I also will help you clean. Maid, helper, help assist. So watashi mo otetsudai shimasu wa.
これはお掃除やり直し。私もお手伝いしますわ。
Thank you, and then okini. Yeah, oki is big. So you can think of okini as like bigly, essentially, which isn't a word in English, but it basically is like the adverb form of big or large. Like he's basically saying it's so large. The verb on the end is cut because the verb is obvious. So, I'm guessing it would be okini aru or okini iru, something like that. Let's see. What would be the full phrase of that? What is the full phrase for oki kini? See, it's translated to I'll help too, and then a big thank you. Big, largely, okay. Okay, so he's not really saying that it's so big as in the mess. He's trying to say a big thank you, essentially. Arigato. Thank you so much. Oki ni arigato. In this case, it looks like the subtitle's missing one of the eyes in it. Oh, Okini, greatly, very much. Thanks a lot. Okay, so that's actually as a use for when used in this way with the ni, you can drop that second I in it. Okay. What is the origin of that? The phrase Okini is oki ni arigato. Okay. And it is a consonant dialect shortening of the phrase. It literally means greatly thank you. While oki ni can function as a stated adverb meaning greatly and considerably in formal and archaic context synonymous with oki ni. Okay. In modern casual conversation, particularly in Osaka and Kyoto, it's almost exclusively used as the dialectal expression of gratitude. Let's see, why is the E missing after Oki? E missing after Oki and Oki ni due to phonological process in Kansai dialect called vowel elision or contraction, which is common in rapid colloquial speech. The phrase comes from the older, more formal expression "oki ni arigato." Okay. Oh, konnichiwa. Gigi. Let's see. I think oki ni is used as thank you in Kyoto. Toimashita. Tadaima, or which is literally means just now, but it's a shortening of Tadaima Kaeru, I believe, if I remember correctly. Tadaima Kaeru. What is Tadaima? Yeah, the tada is the just and the ima is the now part. Full sentence. Yeah, tadaima kaerimashita, or I have just returned.
Tadaima. Tadaima. 今日は当番ご苦労様。後でケーキ食べようね。
Yeah, Toban. Oh yeah, one's turn. That's right. One's turn, as in like chores, being on duty. Person on duty. Kyo wa Toban. Gokuro sama. Thank you for your hard work. Appreciate for efforts. Atode. Later, okay. See, if I remember correctly, yeah, that's just an honorific, that go. And let's see, this original word comes from kuro, trouble, hardship, difficulty, labor. So, okay. in Japanese, you sort of use states like they're a named person to say you've entered the state. In other words, like otsukare-sama, how it's taken as it's often taken as goodbye, but you're also saying the reason for the goodbye is like because the skare is let's see, otsukare, yeah, comes from Scott. Yeah, that's the noun form of skareru, or to get tired. So, but you're both saying bye, and you're saying that you've entered the state of being the tired person, aka that's why you're leaving. Otsukare-sama. Here you see that same type of grammatical structure used. Go kuro-sama, which let's see, that verb was trouble, hardship. So being in the state of being the person that had all the troubles, essentially. And so here it means thank you for your hard work, essentially. Toban, person on duty. So kyo wa toban go kuro-sama. The ato de keiki tabeyo. So as for today, as after being the person with all the trouble, I was gonna suggest eating cake. I think what it's basically saying. In other words, I was gonna have a cake to eat after going through all the trouble of cleaning today. Well, that's a terrible translation. Translation of this. Good work on your duty today. Let's eat cake later, okay? So basically, thank you for doing your duty, or thank you for doing your chores today. Afterwards, shall we eat cake, or let's eat cake? So, 今日は当番. That was, yeah. 今日は当番. Let's see. Go kuro-sama. Okay. 今日は当番ご苦労様. 後でケーキ食べようね。
今日は当番ご苦労様。後でケーキ食べようね。
ケーキに名前でも書いておかないと食っちまうぞ。
様。後でケーキ食べようね。
ケーキに名前。
ケーキに名前で、私、名前でも書いておかないと、食べちもぞ。Let's see. Let's see. With cake, as for her name, writing okanai to. Oh, this is ku, okay. To eat, but usually when you use the word ku for to eat, it has a implication of like not eating because you need food, but eating just to stuff yourself. Kaite okanai. Okanai. Oku, to put to place. So, to not write. And then, unless this is a negative statement, show chi. Explain the grammar. Is a colloquial Japanese expression that combines several grammatical structures to convey a warning or threat in a casual, slightly playful tone. It translates roughly to, if you don't write your name on the cake or something, I'll eat it. The sentence appears to be spoken by... Okay. Keiki ni namae demo, a name or something, suggesting a non-specific choice. Kiku kaku ya kaite okanai. So writing in a connective form plus to put in place. But in this case it's the negative, so to not put in place. So to not put in place writing. So keiki ni namae demo kaite okanai to. Oh, that's right. And this is the if to. So if you don't write your name on the cake, or if you don't put in place writing your name on the cake. Let's see. Kuchimaozo. Contraction of tabete shimaozo, meaning I'll end up eating. Let's see. Chao. Let's see. Shimao. Shima. Is this from Shimao or? Yeah, to finish. To end up. But he is saying. Yeah, Shimao. Conditional particle. Okay, if. Okay. Yeah, shimaru, auxiliary verb indicating completion, regret, or inevitability. In this case, it's inevitability. Chao, colloquial contraction of te. Oh, let's see, of tewa, often from te shimao. But this isn't chao, this is chamao. So tabete shimao becomes tebe chimao. Which becomes, well, no, this is not bad. This is ku. That's right. Yeah, yeah. Kut is kute, which would drop it is just okay. So, but why is it? And then the zo is a sentence ending particle expressing strong assertion or warning, typically used by males. Okay. Let's see, a colloquial contraction. Kaite okanai to kaito ken is not used here but possible, but instead the negative conditional is kept standard. Tabete shimau to, or shima conclusion. Why is it shimau instead of shau? The form chimao instead of chao is more masculine, rough, or emphatic contraction of te shimao used in casual speech. Oh, okay. In Kuchima, okay. Instead of child, prominently to convey a rough, masculine, or emphatic tone. While both chao and chimao are casual contractions of te shimao, chimao is considered rougher and more masculine and is often associated with male speech patterns or used to add intensity to a statement. The emphasis of zo is a strong masculine sentence ending particle. Using chimao aligns with aggressive or casual assertiveness of zo, whereas chao might sound softer and more neutral, meaning both forms indicate the completion of an action, often with a nuance of regret or, oh no, it's gone. In this context, it means if I, let's see if you don't write your name on the cake, it'll be eaten up. Okay, so cake ni, cake ni namae demo 書いておかないと食っちまうぞ。ケーキに名前でも書いておかないと食っちまうぞ。
当番ご苦労様。後でケーキ食べようね。
ケーキに名前でも書いておかないと食っちまうぞ。ておかないと食っちまうぞ。
Let's see. ドアが閉まる I think it is. Yeah, ドアが閉まる音 or closing door sound. To be shut. And it should be intransitive. Yes, intransitive, yeah.
ておかないと食っちまうぞ。
ちゃんと書いたもん、名前。
ちゃんと書いたもん名前. So properly wrote thing name. So my name is properly written? Is that what that's trying to say? I did write it properly, my name. Yeah, that uses that reverse order for emphasis.
ケーキに名前でも書いておかないと食っちまうぞ。
ちゃんと書いたもん、名前。
Oh, yeah, she's referring to the card she wrote her name on earlier. Shitsimon ga arimasu ka? Are there any questions? If not, we're going to raid, so please stick around for that, but I first want to get through all the questions. We're going to raid. First raid is going to be to Kanade. let's see, second raid's going to be to see, Maple, Maple Games channel, basically, yeah. She's going to be the second raid. Yeah, Maple's is her native language is Japanese and she's learning English. And we're gonna raid Dr. Disrespect as the last raid. So, 皆さん、お気をつけて、また明日。Goodbye, everyone. See you tomorrow. Oh, apparently someone disabled raids one for the channel. Okay, we're gonna try to raid uh Kibangon. Okay, so 皆さん、お気をつけてまた明日。